What's up, everybody? This is your guy, the Fantasy Bucket Knight. I'm here at it again for another review of House of the Dragon Episode 2, Season 2. Uh, I will say this one was better than last week's episode. A lot more action, a little faster. It's kind of getting us to like the main story, you know. A lot of stuff happened that I didn't expect to happen this soon. But anyway, started out. Let's start with the tapestry. I was thinking that they was gonna add new stories to the tapestry in the intro tapestry, but they didn't. It was the same as last week's. And yeah, okay. Let's start off with the first scene. Blood and cheese just happened. Um, it just happened. It completely left off from last week episode. Um, they run the alarms. The guards are gathering everybody, putting them in the square. They have dogs sniffing all on people. Just trying to find out who are the people that did this. They need answers. Like, how can somebody just come into our castle and murder a prince and just get away? So they want answers. Aegon is mad. I mean, at first he was more laxy-daisy, joking around, sitting on the Iron Throne with his feet up and everything, but now he's pissed. He's ready for war. He's ready to fight. He's being very accusatory. Like, everybody is a suspect in his eyes. I mean, straight up. And then as we leave that scene, we go to Aemon. Aemon goes to his room and he sees clues. He sees that a door is open from one of the secret passages in the castle. That somebody been in this room from that secret passage. He sees that money is missing off his coffee table. So he realized, like, oh, that was for me. That's what he realized at that moment. That assassin hit was for Aemon. It's just that they couldn't find him. So, Blood and Cheese went on and killed Jaehaerys, the baby. Next we have Otto Hightower and his daughter talking about what just happened, and she's feeling guilty because she was getting busy with Christian Cole while it was happening, so you could see it all on her face. She's a very good actress, the lady who plays I can't recall her name right now, but she's a very good actress. You can see like all the emotion on her face, and it's just she has this stare and those big doe eyes and everything. She's really good at her job. Okay, next we got a small council meeting. Aegon is all over the place again. He wants answers. He's being accusatory. He's looking everybody up and down. Where were you when it was happening? This and that. He's just about to lose his stuff. And then the puppet master himself come in, Loras Strong. He come in. He let him know, hey, we caught the guy who killed your kid. He was trying to leave, and we caught him. He had your son's head in a bag, trying to leave the city. We caught him. We got him. And of course, Aegon, he wants to go kill him. He's like, I'll kill him myself. But Sir Otto Hightower, he's the voice of reason. He stops him, and he's like, hey, let's question this guy. Let's not kill him yet. Let's get some answers first. before you kill him. And that's the thing about Aegon. He's a little hot-headed. You know, I understand he just lost his son and everything, but you know that boy flies off the handle real fast over everything. You know. Next we have next we have Alicent and Helena, you know, discuss the funeral. Like, hey, we need to go out there, you know, go on this funeral progression to the dragon pit so we can bury your son, and we need to ride in the carriage behind him to show the people that, yeah, we was done wrong, and, you know, put out the propaganda of Rhaenyra, you know, killing the kid. So they do that, and you know, you can actually see Helena like diving slowly into madness. You know, she just lost her child. You know, she was already kind of slow. You know, and her children was her only like saving grace, like her only thing that she was really, 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 really good at. You know, and it's, you know, one of her children just been taken away, so you can see it. You know, like, she's a good actress too. You could just see the depression slowly, you know, creeping up on her. Next, you know, while that's going on, we have my favorite character, the puppet master himself, questioning Blood. He's like, well, he didn't really ask him anything. Blood is just giving it up. Soon as he seen Loras, you know, spread out his tools and everything, that he's going to do the torture, he just started giving it up. He's like, hey, Daemon Targaryen sent us, and Loras like, us? He's like, yeah, a rat catcher. And he was like, oh, okay. And then he asked him, so you're not going to hurt me? He's like, no, I'm not going to hurt you, but I can't, you know, speak for the king. And then so Aegon comes in there with a mace, and, you know, he get his justice, you know. Then we go to the next scene with Rhaenyra. Rhaenyra hears the news about Jaehaerys, and she's saddened about it, and she hears that they're putting it out there that she had something to do with it. And she's like, no, I didn't have anything to do with that. And, you know, and one of her lords actually questioned it, like, hey, I mean, maybe you did do it. I mean, you're grieving, you know, you feel a grief, you know, over your own son, so. And Rhaenys like, hey, watch yourself, you know, once the guy, you know, try to say that. But yeah, she didn't like that happening, you know. And you have Daemon sitting there, you know, looking guilty. Rhaenys kind of looked at him like, yeah, I know you did it. And so they go to the other room, and he, you know, basically confirmed that he had something to do with it. And Rhaenys is like, oh, I can't trust you. You know, you just do crazy stuff. You're using me because you wanted the throne for yourself. And Daemon is going through like this little arc to where he seemed like he's very resentful, and he's kind of taking it out on everybody around him. And you know, he brings up her father, like, hey, your father was a weakling. I was the one going out there fighting. He just sat at the castle trying to rule from the castle, and he didn't want to pass the throne over to me because he knew that I would outshine him, and, you know, saying all these things. And Rhaenyra is like, no, he didn't trust you. That's why he didn't give it to you. So that's that. He leaves. He passes up his daughter Baela in the hallway. She's like, hey, Dad. And he kind of just walked past her. And Baela, you know, goes into Rhaenyra's room. she speaks to Rhaenyra. Rhaenyra sends her to spy on King's Landing to like report their movements, and she tell her, stay high and out of sight, which is kind of dangerous, knowing that Vhagar and Aemon is there. Like, that's very dangerous. I mean, you seen how it worked out for Lucerys, coming across Vhagar and Aemon. So I really don't get why she would send her out there. And then when her son was trying to go somewhere, she didn't want him to go. So it's like she's willing to sacrifice everybody else except for her own kid. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, why would you do that? Like, it's, But anyway, we go back to King's Landing, and Aegon and Helaena kind of have this moment to where they pass each other in the hallway, and it's like they didn't say anything to each other verbally, but them not saying something to each other is saying a lot, because they both just lost a child, they both grieving in their own way, and so it's like you can kind of see it. It's like the non-verbal communication is just strong in that scene like that. The actor and the actress, they both did a really, really good job with, bringing that to the screen. Next, we go back to Dragonstone. We have Rhaenyra with her two youngest sons, Aegon and Aemon, the two, little babies. And interesting enough, in this scene, we get an Easter egg. I don't know if it's a doll or if it's an actual person, but we see a mushroom Easter egg. I thought that was real cool. That's the first thing I noticed when I seen this scene. I'm like, that's mushroom. It's, but I don't know. It probably was a doll or something. I don't know, because I don't think they have a character, will have an actor for that character Mushroom in this series. I mean, it'd be so cool if he was, because that guy would turn this whole series upside down if they were to put him in. Mushroom is a character from the books. For you guys that don't know who Mushroom is a character from the books. He was a court jester, but he was around for the whole Dance of the Dragon. Like, he had a first-hand account of everything that was going on, and in the books, you get a lot of references from Mushroom. For you guys who don't know who Mushroom is. Next, we go back to King's Landing, and Alicent is about to take her bath and everything, and she sees Criston Cole at her door. So she goes out there and she's like, "Hey, did you tell anybody about us?" And Criston looking at her like, "What do you take me for? Like, you think I'm dumb? Like, why would I say anything to anybody? I can ruin my reputation and your reputation. Like, come on." She's like, "Oh, I'm just trying to make sure." So she closes her door, she takes a bath, and you could tell both of them are fighting their feelings. They got this weird sexual tension going on, so they want to do it again, but I guess they're still guilty about the last time they did it. Somebody died, so hey, And then after that scene, we have Criston Cole berating Sir Eric. Like, he's feeling guilty, and I think he's taking it out on Sir Eric. Like, you're not loyal. Your brother left. Why did you leave? Where were you at when the prince was being killed? And just questioning everything about him. And he only did it because he's feeling guilty. So he's sending Eric on a crash out mission to go to Dragonstone and kill Rhaenyra. Like, hey, your brother's there. You can go by yourself. You can pretend to be your brother, and get close to Rhaenyra and kill her. Stop this war before it even begins. That's Christian Cole's whole attitude about it. Which I think is kind of stupid, kind of hasty. And that's another thing about Christian Cole. I thought he was a smarter character, but come to find out, he's a little reckless, very reckless. So in the books, I guess he was kind of reckless in the books as well, but hey, I guess they sticking with the books, but yes, he was. You know what? He was. Now that I think about it, he was reckless in the book, so hey, that's his character. Okay, next we have Baela and Jacaerys. They're talking about their fathers, and because obviously Baela's having issues with her dad. She passed him in the hallway earlier. Baela's dad is Daemon Targaryen. But yeah, they passed each other in the hallway. She's like, Dad, he didn't say nothing to her, and she's feeling bad about that while she's shooting a crossbow. And Jacaerys came and she started asking him about his dad, like her uncle. He was like, yeah, my dad was cool. He used to teach us how to fish and sea chanties, like songs when you're on the boat. And his weakness was cake. And then she asked him about Harwin Strong. Like everybody knows that that's his real dad, and he was like, yeah, he was kind to me. He didn't even get offended when she asked him, so that tells you a lot right there. So they bond over that moment or whatnot. Then we move forward to Aemon. Aemon One Eye. He's in a brothel, and he has some weird mommy issue fetish going on. You go to this brothel, you see all these beautiful girls in there, and he's there with an older woman and, in a fetal position, just talking about his problem. So, looks like Aemon has some mommy issues, So, that's all I'm going to say about that. And then, we go to Flea Bottom to Hugh Hammer, the blacksmith. And he's there with his family, and his daughter's looking sick. His wife is complaining about money, and he's sitting there. He's like, hey, it's going to be all right. The king said he was going to give us some money. If you remember him in episode 1, he was speaking on behalf of the blacksmith, like, hey, we need to get paid. Like, we can't be working for free. Our families are hungry, So basically, he's telling his wife that, I guess, to give her reassurance about their situation. Next, we have another intro. Now introducing Adam Ahal. Adam Ahal is Alan's Ahal twin brother. I guess in the series, Adam has the long hair and Adam is bald head, so you can tell the two apart. But yeah, they're there, and it's basically an introduction to the guy. For you people who familiar with the books, you know what's gonna happen, and you know what's going on. So I don't really want to spoil too much, on this right here. So I'm going to just wait before I speak more about him and his role in the future. But he has a big role. Both of those guys do. Both of those guys have like a big role. Adam and Alan. Next we go to Corlys and Rhaena. They're in bed, they're doing a little pillow talking, and Corlys is kind of worried about Daemon. You know, he's he's like, where is he? Where is he going? And you know, everybody suspect that he's going to Harrenhal, Hall, you know, for a stronghold out there for the upcoming battles. But yeah, they discussed Damon and Rhaenys. She kind of, even though she acts tough with Damon, she has a soft spot because she too know how it feels to have the crown passed over her. So that's, you know, that's where her, I guess, where she can, her empathy for Damon is at. It's because they've both been passed over for the crown. Next, we have the White Worm, Mysaria. She's speaking with Rhaenyra. Rhaenyra's questioning her about her actions. You know, she's asking her about her actions when Aegon usurped the crown. Like, you actually helped him usurp my crown. Why did you do that? You know? And Mysaria, she kind of explains herself a little bit. Or not, but yeah. But basically, she's just questioning the girl and, you know, letting her know to her face that I don't trust you, you know. But anyway, moving on, we go to Adam on the beach, collecting seashells on the seashore to sell them, I guess. Anyway, a little foreshadowing, he's on the beach and he sees the dragon sea smoke just flying around, you know. So, like I say, a little foreshadowing for you right there. Next, we're back to King's Landing. We have all the rat catchers being hung, and you know, it goes back from Blood like, hey, a rat catcher helped me. So instead of trying to find the correct rat catcher, Aegon orders all the rat catchers to be hung. So they hung all the rat catchers, and hey, they found the one they was looking for, you know, because you see that poor little doggy that got kicked last week was still being loyal, sitting there watching his master hang, you know. And Sir Otto finds out about this, and he gives Aegon a Tywin Lannister scolding, like, you idiot, why would you do that? I done set up all this propaganda after your kid died, you know, to get the sympathy of the followers and everything, and then you just wipe that away by doing this. This is stupid, this is reckless, how could you ever do this? And, you know, just going in on the guy, you know, within reason, because that was stupid. Like, I feel like he killed Blood too early. He should have got more questions out of the guy and then rounded up all the rat catchers and have them point them out or something, you know. But we're living in medieval times, and you got to kill them now, you know. So I get, that's what I would do. Anyway, he's scolding the guy so much, and Aegon is like, you know what? I'm tired of hearing your crap. You're telling me this, you're telling me that I'm doing wrong. You know what? Give me that pen. You're not my hand anymore. Christian, you're my hand. Give him the pen. Do it now. You know, like, he basically fired his grandfather, like, on the spot. And his grandfather is like, you wouldn't dare. And he was like, yeah, I dare. And give it to him. And then dismiss him, you know. And after that, we go back to Dragonstone, where Rhaenyra had a change of heart about Mysaria, the White Worm. She have a change of heart, and she decides to free the girl. Like, hey, there's a boat out there. It's gonna take you to the free city, so you could just go get on a boat and you can go. Just go. you know. So she's leaving. She's like, okay, I'll leave. She's leaving, and she sees Sir Auric walking up, and she know the guys because she dealt with the guys when they were in King's Landing last season, and she sees them, and she knows like something's gonna go down because she just seen Sir Eric. So and she probably could tell the two apart. So she sees him, and once she sees him, she told the people that was escorting her to the Pope, you know what? Wait a minute. I need to go back upstairs for something. Wait a minute. So she's leaving, and I'm assuming that she told Sir Eric. But anyway, Sir Auric, he's walking around, trying to find Rhaenyra. He passed by everybody. Everybody's like, oh, hey, Sir Eric. Hey, Sir Eric. He's just getting by everybody. I think he actually seen his brother in the hallway like a couple of times, and he hides behind a pillar and, lets his brother pass by. And then he works his way up to Rhaenyra's chambers and relieved the other guard that was standing in duty. He's like, hey, I'm a little restless right now. You know what? I'm gonna relieve you. You can go and I will stand guard. And so he's standing guard and he waits a little while, then he pops in and it's like, hey, sorry, I gotta do this. Pull out his sword. He's about to kill the queen. The war is finna end before it even start. But no, wait up. You got Sir Eric like, brother, stop. And, he tell his brother to stop. They get to fighting, very intense. And actually, in the world of Ice and Fire universe, there are songs in this universe sung about this event. I think the song is called "Brother, I Love You," something like that. But yeah, it's a very popular song. Like years later, in the world, so this is a big moment in Westeros history. This is actually remembered, by the small folk and lords and ladies alike. But anyway, to Eric's credit, he beats his brother, and he feels so bad about killing his own brother that he pulls the sword out and falls on his sword, commits suicide. Like, wow, I didn't see that coming. I think in the books they kind of like killed each other. Well, it's actually a bunch of different stories that happen. I think Mushroom in the books that the fight started before the fight ended before it even started, and then there's other accounts saying that they fought for a while and then they both end up killing each other. But it's different in the series, TV series, obviously. But yeah, after that epic crash out happened, we go back to King's Landing, where Sir Otto Hightower speaking with his daughter about his dismissal, like, hey, I tried to help your son, but he won't listen. He's making Christian Cole his hand, and that guy, only thing he knows about is sword and bone. Basically he's a fighter. He's not a thinker, And Alicent, she tries to take up for Christian a little bit, like, hey, but he's loyal. And Sir Otto like, okay, whatever. I'm finna go back to Old Town, and I'm gonna meet up with your other son. She has a third son named Prince Daeron Targaryen. He said, I'm finna go down there with your other son. He actually listens, and maybe I'll do more good down there. So that's where he's at. And then we get to the last scene. Alicent goes to her room. Christian Cole, he's in there waiting. They confront each other. She slaps him a couple times, like passionately. He grabs her, and then they get it on again. So I guess that's gonna be a recurring thing, He's the king maker, and the Queen Maker too. But I get, yeah, the Queen Maker. So that's the review for episode 2. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please, if you don't mind, give me a subscribe, give me a like, give me a comment. I know this one's probably all over the place. I kind of ran through it, but hey, like I said, I'm trying to get better at this, so give me time, guys. But anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. Like the great Jay-Z said, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be right here with me. And for that, I thank you. So peace out, everybody. Out.